So, the profile of Satan. He's the ruler of the fallen angels. As we know, he was the most beautiful angel. He was called, his real name is Halel, the morning star, bright morning star. Before he fell, he was created perfect, just as Adam was created perfect. Adam becomes like a little small archetype of Satan as part of the angelic conflict. But Satan fell. Should I begin? Okay, let me stop right now because I'm getting ahead of myself. He's the ruler of all fallen angels. Matthew 8:28, Matthew 9:34, 12:26, and Luke 11 verses 18 to 19. So yes, this is the profile of Satan. Satan himself being the most beautiful, the most personable, the most skilled. He got full of himself. He became arrogant, which is Satan's original sin. You've all heard of Adam's original sin, right? But there's Satan's original sin, and that is his arrogance. His prehistoric biography is in Isaiah 14. And we've gone over this one. Do you want me to go over that one? Okay. Isaiah 14. We're not going to rush over this. We can rush over certain things, but some other ones, no. You have to know your enemy. As part of battlefield, when you're at war, you have to know as much as you can about your enemy, their logistics, their generals, their weaknesses, etc. Everything. And this is Satan himself. Oh, here we are. Okay. How you have fallen from heaven, Halel, morning star, son of the dawn. So this is Satan's original name, Lucifer, that's in the Latin. You have been cast down to the earth. You once laid low the nations. This is prophetic because he's going to be cast down from the earth in Revelation, in the tribulation. Revelation chapter 12, yes. And that is the last half of the tribulation, and that begins the desperation of Satan. He's going to start killing a lot of people because he has no answer, no rebuttal in the angelic conflict. And when you have no answer, what do you have left? Violence, violence. You have been cast down to the earth, you who once laid low the nations. You said in your heart, I will ascend to the heavens. I will. Preoccupation with self. I will raise my throne above the stars of God, the stars of angels. I will sit enthroned on the mount of the assembly. Now there's a specific mount over there. This is the palace, the kind of the garden where they all gathered. On the utmost heights of Mount Zaphon, and there's a specific Mount Zaphon, and it appears, Zaphon means north, and it appears also in the book of Revelation. I will ascend above the tops of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High. And this is the ultimate in arrogance, to glorify yourself to the point of deity. Now you can create your own deity, or you can claim to be higher than the real deity, but nevertheless it's arrogance. And here he is. Okay, Satan, he has fallen so low. Ezekiel 28, we can go over this one, but if we don't finish this lesson, we'll go over it next time. Ezekiel 28 indicates that he's a super genius, the most beautiful and very personable. He's a multiple genius. Unfortunately, if you have all the genius in the world, all the talent in the world, and you become arrogant about it, you have no capacity to enjoy it. That's why capacity is everything when it comes to being happy and enjoying possessions and things that you have. He is the anti-God of all creatures, Hebrews chapter 1 and 2. We're not going to go over this one right now. Point 4, God did the most for him than any other creature. I mean, he gave him everything. But Satan hates God because of his arrogance. Have you ever, and I know this is a minor example, have you ever done favors to a person, and then you do another favor, and then you do another favor for the person, and that person accepts it. At the end, something goes wrong. You make a mistake, or you stop helping him because something took priority. And then he starts hating you. He hates you for all the favors that you've done for him. He hates you because you were there too much, and he feels now inferior to you. This is Satan right here. God did the most for him than any other creature. He gave him everything. He was in the palace of God, in the halls. But Satan hates God because of his arrogance. Satan is arrogant. He has no capacity for gratitude. And as we grow in the plan of God, we become more, our capacity for gratitude increases. And thus it manifests in thanksgiving towards God. Point 5, Satan is a genius with regards to organization. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. So he's divided into ranks. He has his high rank officials, and he has lower demons as well. And so he has lower demons in less significant areas, and he has those high-ranking demon officials, such as the Cosmocrator, in high areas such as the Kremlin, or in the White House, or etc., in the Zócalo, and all these different areas. He is, point 6, he is the criminal and the first assassin, John 8:44. Now this one is very important because it also mentions that not only is he the first killer, the first murderer, but he's the liar, the first liar. He has followed the lie of the cosmic system. He created his own cosmic system. Point 7, he is the enemy of God, and therefore what he hates the most is doctrine. Because as the ruler of the earth, and as a creature much stronger than us, what gives us the ability to discern, detect, and understand the plan of God is doctrine. So he is the enemy of God, therefore he hates doctrine, because doctrine is what gives us the ability to detect and orients us against his plan. And once you have knowledge about his plan, first of all, God's plan, secondly, Satan's plan, he cannot dupe you so easily anymore. And this is why one of the most liberating things is to have knowledge. The knowledge, the truth will set you free. John chapter 8 as well. And so knowledge of doctrine will set you free. And when it talks about knowledge will set you free, the truth will set you free, it is not talking about philosophy and all these other academic fields. And you see many times in universities, the truth will set you free in the philosophy department, etc. But you can know everything about philosophy. You can know about Immanuel Kant. You can know about Spinoza. You can know everything, and it's not going to set you one unit free at all. Not give you one unit of freedom. Bible will set you free. It is going to free you away from Satan's cosmic system. If you do not know anything about Bible, you're in there thinking you're doing good, or you're self-deceived, thinking that, oh, everything's going all right and I'm so happy, and etc. But once you get out and you learn Bible inside of the system, you start seeing yourself for what you were before, and you start experiencing, getting a taste of the freedom inside of the system. Point 8, he is the enemy of doctrine. Matthew chapter 13, verse 9 and verse 39. Point 9, he is the ruler of the world. Now, Adam was created perfect, and he was the ruler of the world. In fact, he was the one who was in charge of naming all of the animals and being a ruler over his wife. But once they fell, he surrendered the sovereign rulership of the world to Satan. He also surrendered the sovereign rulership of his body to the sin nature at the moment that he fell. So now Satan, he effectuated that coup d'etat, and now he's in charge of the world. He's the ruler of the world. God knew this in eternity past. He knew everything that Satan would do way back before time was created. Therefore, he has provided a system for us to counter him inside of Satan's world. And now in the church age, a new spiritual species has been created. We are now in union with Christ through the baptism of the Holy Spirit. So Satan has to see inside of his world a new race, a spiritual race, one that is united in union with Christ. That is why you're such a big threat to him. He's the ruler of the world. Luke chapter 4, verse 5 to 7. John chapter 12, verse 31, verses 14 to 30. Chapter 14, verse 30. Chapter 16, verse 11. 2 Corinthians 4:4 and Ephesians 2:2. And 10, he is a great strategist. And that's our passage, 2 Corinthians 2:11, 2 Corinthians 11:3, 2 Corinthians 11:4, and so you can see that there are many passages in 2 Corinthians talking about Satan, which is the reason why we're going to have several tries to go to talk about the cosmic system.